Morning, everybody. Thank you for joining today's session. I'm just going to hold on 1 minute just to wait for anyone else to come online. So just give it 1 more minute. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's session on careers resources recommended by careers professionals. And before we get started, I just would like to let you know that this session will be a maximum of 30 minutes and it will be recorded. So after today's session, you will be able to access a copy of the slides and a link to the video in our Career Edge. So also just to mention as well, at the bottom of the cover slides, you should be able to see a transcript. If you need a copy of that now, please do access that. And also there is also a box there where you can download a copy of the slides and the transcript too. So please do access those if you need to. So I'm just going to leave them on screen for a short while. Okay, so just to let you know as well, I will be inviting you to engage in some of this session, and this technology just uses the chat function only. So when I ask you a question, I'd be really grateful if you could have a go and put an answer in the chat for me. Okay. So just to highlight, this session today is going to share with you some of the key resources on Career Edge, UCLAN's online careers platform. So the areas we're going to explore include the Career Planning Award, the school's career pages as well, our online events section, some career pathways and industry reports. And I'm also going to share with you the new graduate with confidence section that's been launched this year as well. So these are a few of the sections that myself as a careers advisor and other colleagues in the team often share with students when we meet you for one-to-one sessions. So, okay. So before I go into the different slides, I'd just like to ask you if you could answer yes or no in the chat if you've been onto Career Edge and had a look at it, or if you're aware of it. So yes, if you're aware of it and perhaps have used it, or no, it's not a test, it's just to give you an idea who's been using it. So thank you, Krista, that's great. So you've used it, that's lovely. And I've got Andrew's typing as well. Okay. Okay, so we've just got some more answers coming in. Okay, I think the typing stopped. Okay, that's great. So I know that some of you have used it, so that's really good, but don't worry if you've never used Career Edge before. Obviously this session today is to give you some key tips to actually have a look at. Oh, right, Andrew's aware of Career Edge and have been to a few of the webinars since summer. Yes, that's excellent. Thank you, Andrew. So I've got Andrew who's aware of it, Chris who's used it. But after today's session, I don't want you to worry. Obviously, I'll talk about where it's accessible in a minute, but if you'd like a one-to-one on using Career Edge after today, please do get in touch with me. I'm more than happy to show you how best that you can use it for your situation and depending on on what you're working on at the moment. Okay, so just to let you know on that note that Career Edge can be found for those that may have not used it or may not be aware of it as well. If you go to your student portal, it is in the main menu at the home page, and you can also access the UCLan careers web pages, which is uclan.ac.uk/careers, and you'll find access to Career Edge on there as well. So Career Edge is great for a number of reasons, but as students you obviously get access while you're on campus, but it is also something that you can access after you graduate, lifelong. So currently there's no cut-off time when you can access career support. Okay. So just to make you aware, this platform is available for students and graduates and staff. We have about 1,000 users a week during term time. And it can be accessed on any device. So I think that's quite key, computer, laptop and mobile. And there are a number of resources that you can have a look at. And again, it all depends on where you're at and what you're focusing on in terms of your career. So there's everything from career resources to online programs that you can do. There's little hints and tips. So today's session will cover what we consider to be the key ones, but there are lots more that you can do with it. Okay. So this is what Career Edge looks like. So this is the main dashboard. Okay, so I'm not going to actually go into the system today with you, but just to show you on the screen. So hopefully you can all see it okay. Now, at the top, you've got the URL, which I mentioned. Okay, and then hopefully you can see next to the smaller Career Edge logo, there is a red menu. Don't worry about the content yet, but in terms of the key ways to access the system, this top menu is quite useful. And the third word in, it does say popular. So on there are a lot of other features that you can use, things like the CV solutions on there as well. But further down on the dashboard, we're going to focus pretty much on these squares that are on the screen today. And the first one we're going to look at is actually the school careers pages, which is this, I guess it's the 7th from the left or the 7th at the end. So we're going to have a look at that next. Online events, which we'll also touch on, is here with the person on the hillside. Graduate with confidence is down in the bottom corner here. So lots of the key resources are what we're going to look at today. So one thing I just want to mention after today, some of you may have already been in touch. I recognise a few names from students and booked an appointment, but just to highlight to you, the two key ways to use Career Edge to get in touch with us are either from the popular tool, there is an Ask Careers. So on there you can submit CVs or personal statements or ask us a question, but you do need to wait for at least 5 working days for a response for that. So if you prefer to work with us face to face, and like I said, after today's session, you're more than welcome to, get in touch with me and we can meet up. The second from the left square here is called one-to-one support online. So you can click into there and it's quite straightforward. You can start to book an appointment as well. Okay. So as mentioned, the careers school pages. So depending on what subject that you're actually studying, the school's career pages are a really useful place to start looking when using Career Edge, and I'll explain why. Okay. So this is a little snapshot of what happens when you click onto that grey button, schools career pages. So inside you'll find a whole list of all the different schools at the university. So the key step here is to really just to work out and locate the one that applies to your school and to click onto it. Okay, so once you've clicked onto your school, you'll then see this screen. So the layout for all of the school pages is identical. And you'll see here in small, so what you'll find in this section include your careers advisor. So you can see who your careers advisor is for your subject or your degree course. So at the university, we have specialist careers advisors that deal with the different areas. but we also do work across different subjects as well. And then in the second one, degree options. So if you're considering different careers, you can have a look to see the types of professions and jobs that are linked to your subject area. And then in the third section, which says searching for jobs, there is quite a lot of resource here for finding opportunities. So it's definitely worth a really good starting point. So it includes information like links to professional bodies and key recruitment sites that you might find useful, especially if you're looking for whether it be internship opportunities or placements or graduate jobs too. Okay. And then the section under that, transferable skills. So as a careers advisor, obviously there are lots of careers linked often to subjects, but then we talk a lot about what skills you've got that would be transferable to other industries. And there's some research that suggests around 60% of students don't actually go into a job that's linked to their degree, which is quite interesting. So you can imagine there that transferable skills are very important. So that section is about skills that might be useful within the industry. Okay. And then the next section says about what might your future career look like. So in here are some case studies to different people that have done your course before or similar subjects that give you an idea of the types of careers what they're doing. And then finally at the bottom section, this is where you'll find any materials that have been delivered across your school by careers. So there's different PowerPoints often and links to video resources on different things, again, like CV workshops, LinkedIn, and whatever's been delivered for your school. So it's a great place to start using Career Edge. Okay. Okay, so this is inside the Humanities, Language and Global Studies section. So you can see your degree options, which I talked about. So you can actually click in there and start to explore different roles. Okay, so that's the end of the School Careers Pages section. So I'm going to move on now to talk briefly about the Career Planning Award. So just another quick question to ask is, please can you type yes or no in the chat function and tell me if you feel that you're confident and how you'll achieve your career goals. Again, it's not a test, it's just to gauge where you're up to. So if you're confident in your career goals, please put yes. If you're not or unsure, please put no. Okay, thank you, Krista, for sharing that. You're not sure yet. Yeah, that's good, thank you. And I've got Andrew typing as well. Okay, brilliant. So Andrew's rather confident in your career options. That's good. So students will be at different stages in their career decision making. So don't worry if you're still not sure. And if you are confident, that's great. But we do suggest, even if you are confident, that you do continue to keep planning towards achieving those goals. So this award that I'm going to share with you today can be a bit of fun really as well. It doesn't take too long to complete, but what it does do is take you through a series of questions, and then depending on how you answer those questions, the Career Edge system then suggests some resources and actions for you to complete. So it is really useful, obviously, if you're really not sure what to do, but it can also be helpful if you're quite confident but might want to reflect on your choices as well. Okay, so I'll just show you these. So it's called the Career Planning Award. So thinking about the Career Edge dashboard, this is in the first square on that main dashboard. So this is where you'll find the Career Planning Award. And like I said, it's a good starting point to consider your career plan, think about your strengths and weaknesses and what you might do next. It is essentially, it starts with 13 questions. So this may pop up actually when you go into Career Edge. It usually asks you if you want to do it. You can say no if you're not ready to do it at that minute. But like I said, it's the first square on the main dashboard where you'll access the pulse. So the pulse is 13 short questions linked to your career readiness. And once you've done those, you are then suggested to take some actions, which are essentially in 3 areas. So you'll be able to see this here briefly. So it's great just to have a play around, really. With this program, you can start and stop it at times to suit you. So just to let you know that you can go in, if you've got 5-10 minutes between lessons, and just have a try. So I don't know if anyone else has used it, but do let me know if you have. Okay. Yeah, and then at the end of the session, you will then get obviously some scores back to show that you've completed the career planning program as well. Okay. Okay, so I've got a couple of you type in. Just hold on for a few seconds. Okay, that's great, Krista. Thanks for sharing that. So you did the pulse report during one of the modules last year, and it was really useful. Oh, that's really good to hear. Okay. And Andrew's saying that you've not used the Career Pulse Awards, but it'll probably come in very handy in the future. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's really useful to start exploring career options and career planning, but also it's really useful to reflect on the choices that you've made as well. And like I said, it doesn't take too long. So do have a try. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Yeah, so at the end of doing the Career Planning Award, what the aim really is that you've got a clear picture of your options with your degree. And you've also got a better understanding of yourself. So thinking about those transferable skills, I know I often talk to students is to reflect about what not only what you've got from life and work experience, but the skills that you've got from your studying as well. A career plan is really useful because you may already know that it does help identify areas that you need to develop. And it can keep you focused on the goals. So by being focused and knowing what you need to do, it means that you can then hopefully get the best out of all the opportunities that you're given. And there's lots of so many resources and support, and obviously Career Edge is just one of these. So yeah, so there's just an overview for you. Okay, so what can you do on Career Edge? So we've covered on the schools career pages, we've looked at career planning, and now I'm just going to show you a couple of other useful areas that you might like to explore. Now these are a bit small, so apologies, but one of the key things on the far left it says online events. So and the middle one is career pathways, and the third one is industry reports. Okay, so just briefly on online events. So since obviously the pandemic last March, all of the work that we do as careers advisors and in the careers team has gone online, like a lot of organisations. And within the online events, there is 2 main areas that you can access as a student. So we have a number of employer recordings. So last November, we organised an online careers festival, and we have lots of recordings from there, so you can learn about different organisations. And also in there are also what we call career fit webinars. So a bit like today, lots of live webinars that you can join. And I think Andrew mentioned he's been to quite a few, which is great to hear. So much help and different ideas out there on especially navigating careers with COVID and different titles, interview tips, application support. There's so much that you can access. So definitely recommend if you haven't already having a look through those and maybe booking onto some of them. The middle section about career pathways, again, really useful if you're exploring careers and you're not sure what a job might involve. So there's quite a huge resource bank of different short videos with people that work in different fields. And equally, like Andrew, if you've got a definite career in mind, you might want to have a look on to see if, listen still to what people say about your career choice as well. Okay. And then the third one is about, that one's the industry reports. So thinking about your careers as well as thinking about it in terms of individual jobs. Another way to view opportunities really is to think about the UK market in terms of the different industries. So there are quite a few number listed there, including things like banking, engineering, construction. So you can click on and have a read at your leisure. Okay, so Andrew said, great, so you're going to another Career Edge webinar this week. Excellent. Building rapport one on Friday afternoon. Okay, that's really good. So there are, yeah, like I said, there's quite a lot of selection, and as well as the live events at the top of the online page as well, we have all the recordings to the sessions we've done. So if you haven't got time to join a live session, again, at a time to suit you, you can have a look at the recordings. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, so to summarise, we've touched on today the Career Planning Award, the school's career pages, the online events, career pathways and industry reports. And like I said, these are just some of the main ones that we do share with students when we meet them. Others are quite popular, things like CVs and the job search that are in Career Edge as well. But again, after today, if you really want to have a chat and just say, this is where I'm up to, can you tell me what Career Edge can do to help me with that? It's absolutely no problem, either with myself or one of the, one of my colleagues in careers. And also just to share with you again is the Graduate with Confidence, which is in the bottom right of those squares on the main dashboard. And it said, so here is just some links, but these are aimed at people that might be finishing their degree course. So it's worth keeping a lookout for this when you are due to graduate. And again, there's lots of specialist webinars, linked to things like getting jobs, postgraduate routes, self-employment, and we've also got a Facebook group as well, which is predominantly for students that are finishing the degree. Okay. So one little last action from myself is I want to just ask you from today, is there anything that you feel you might do next? So it can be, from having another look at Career Edge to booking an appointment for a chat, or yeah, so I'll leave it with you just for a few seconds. Okay, so we've got Andrew and Chris typing, so I'll just wait till those come through. Okay, that's great, because I've got Chrissa who said that you'll definitely look at the industry report. You're most welcome. And Andrew's typing as well. Yeah, you're going to have another look at the PowerPoint of today's webinar. Okay, that's absolutely fine. My email is at the top of the chat, so I'm happy for people to contact me directly if I can be of any further help following today's session. But thank you so much for joining and for your engagement. You've been brilliant, and I'm going to just ask you if you take some time, please, just to complete the feedback. You may have done this for other sessions that you've attended, but Yeah, thanks, Krista. You too. Have a good day, and yeah, Andrew, you too, and you're most welcome. So thank you again for joining the session. Please do get in contact with myself for any further support, and it's been lovely to work with you today. Okay. So if anyone's got any questions, I will stay online for a couple of minutes.